Season 2, Episode 9, Canva and Google, the Perfect Pair, with Nadine Gilkison. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Want to wow your kids or be the coolest teacher in school? We all know kids love coloring in. Coloring sheets are everywhere, including coloring books, classrooms, restaurants, supermarkets, and libraries, just to name a few. Now, imagine seeing your coloring page come to life right before your eyes. How could this be possible? By using Quiver, the world's first and best augmented reality coloring app. Quiver coloring pages come to life in 3D augmented reality, just as you colored them. Quiver uses augmented reality to magically turn coloring pages into engaging, animated 3D experiences right on your smartphone or tablet. Simply print, color, and play. Quiver's ever-growing range of pages has something for everyone. Animals, cars, planes, cute characters, and many, many more. Specific educational pages entertain while teaching topics like science, nature, math, and geography. A low-cost monthly subscription unlocks over 150 unique Quiver coloring page experiences. Simply jump on the Quiver Vision website to download and print as many pages as many times as you like. The subscription provides full access. Join millions of happy users around the world and get coloring. Download the Quiver app and subscribe today.
The Teacher Goals Tech Talk Tuesday will begin in 23 seconds. Would you like to find out more information on sponsoring our live stream? Email sponsorships at teachergoals.com. Without further ado, let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to Teacher Goals Tech Talks. I'm Heather Brown, here with my co-host Amanda Fox, and we are really excited that you decided to hitchhike your way with us today through not only tech tools, but also the pedagogy and strategies behind them. And I wanted to point out our awesome little mugs that we have currently.
Oh,
because we are celebrating our upcoming book, an expansion from the Canva classroom, which is the Canva math classroom, which Amanda and I are co-writing.
Canva Classroom, yeah. So the Canva Math expansion pack is coming out, so we're super excited about that. So keep your eyes peeled open and join us on our journey on social media as we share the writing process and some awesome templates that will be included in the book. So
for sure. And now for our excitement for tonight, like bacon and eggs, peas and carrots, milk and cookies. Canva and Google are the perfect pair. Since Canva Education is 100% free to educators, now is the perfect time to ramp up your graphic design skills and learn how to easily integrate your designs within Google Tools. And we have the perfect guest to share. Amanda, do you want to introduce her?
I would love to. So I'm going to give a little introduction. So tonight we have Nadine Gilkison, and she is a New York 2019 Google Innovator Cohort. And that is why she is an all expert things in Google. And she's going to talk about the app smashing between Google and Canva.
Hi, everyone. As she said, my name is Nadine Gilkison, and we're going to jump right in. And I'm going to share a little bit about myself as I get going.
And we've got Carmela from Taiwan. We've got Graciela from Chile. So Brad says he can't wait for the Canva math book. Elena says, welcome, everyone. So thank you guys for tuning in. And let's get that presentation up.
I love the bacon and eggs.
Thanks. All right. So as they said, we're going to be talking about Canva and Google, the perfect pair, the two most popular tools that I use all the time. As I said, my name's Nadine Gilkison, and I am a district technology integration specialist. And I work in Franklin Township Schools, which is located on the southeast side of Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been in this role for about 9 years. It kind of seems like it's been like 2 days, but it's actually been 9 years now. Prior to that, I was a classroom teacher for about 16 years. I am a national and state level speaker for educational technology. I have a lot of different topics that I talk about, but I really kind of hone in on digital lesson design and purposeful use of technology, as well as the other items that are listed there. Graphic design is one of my things that I love to do. So that's why I really love using Canva with Google. As she mentioned, I'm a Google certified innovator I was part of cohort NYC 19. And I'm also the Indiana Google Educator Group leader and the Indiana Connected Educator Board member. So that's enough about me. Let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
And
all right. So we know. Oh, sorry.
You pulled off an amazing EduSpark conference this summer. I actually got to meet her in person. She's just as fabulous in person as she is virtually. So,
oh, thank you, Amanda. All right, so here's how I'm going to roll with this tonight. So I'm going to talk to you about something that I know that you can do in Canva, and then I'm going to show you how you can utilize it in Google. So I know inside of Canva, they have the template that is Google Classroom Header. And, you know, at that time, that was really what that banner was going to be used for. But I want to show you different ways that I've been able to use that template out of Canva inside of here.
Wait. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That gets you a little bigger.
All right, so the first way that I've been able to use that Google Classroom header is inside of Google Forms. I know there's so many times that people want to have that really fancy header at the top of their Google Forms. So what I did was I went into that Google Classroom header inside of Canva, and I created one that was for our district for Franklin Township. So that way, if there were admins or anybody at the district level that needed to use it, then we would have that at our fingertips. Don't forget that you can also use an animated GIF inside for your header with Google Forms. So again, I used that template inside of Canva to create the one that you see listed there. Google Sites. I have used Canva. I've used that banner option with Google Sites a ton. As you go through the presentation, which I'm not sure if Amanda shared the link yet, but we're going to give you a link to the presentation. Anytime that you see the link icon inside of the presentation, it's going to actually launch out into the link. So on here, this is actually Google Sites. And you're going to see Canva all over it. So I used it for my header there. Another example, I created a hub. Our district uses Google Classroom and also Canvas. So inside of there, this is my actual Google site. And you can see at the top with the header, I even made it an animated GIF. Again, I'll just keep repeating this. The template that I used inside of Canva is the Google Classroom header. So these are different ways that you can use that template inside of Google. Another Google site, as I said, we use Google Classroom as well. So this is just another option where you see that I've used it as a banner. For our district, we use Google Sites to curate different resources. And so I have that linked here. So again, I wanted to be able to use the Google Classroom header so that obviously you can tell with Canva, you can up your design game so easily. And I really love the fact that it's not just that you have to have a stagnant header, that you can save it as an animated GIF.
Yeah, and to do that, you just go to download, you change the file type you can change it from PDF to PNG to MP4 to animated GIF. So you have a ton of different export options for any of your designs.
That's what I love. about Canva is all of the options that you get. So now let me show you how I've used it in Google Docs. Inside of Google Docs, you know that they'll give you something where you can have a header. Well, I wanted mine to be, you know, a little more engaging whenever I was sharing things out. Again, if you tap on the link, I'm going to pull it up for you. But what I did inside of Canva was I created this header, and I wanted it to be something that would catch their eye whenever they would open up the Google Doc. Because I could have a simple sign-up sheet. Anybody can do that. But I was like, hey, I want it to stand out whenever they open it. So I created this document so that the principals can decide when they want me to come for professional development at their school and when they want me to do some model lessons. So it was a great way for me to use that with Canva. And just another example there, also in Google Docs, we have a collection where I can keep track of everyone's Google Classroom join code. So I wanted to make that for our admins. So again, just using that option to fancy things up. All right.
Kelly, that was like my formative middle school years. I think I had 2 every day.
All right, so the next one that I wanted to showcase is buttons. Okay, so inside of Canva, they give you the option to make buttons, but how can you use that feature in combination with Google? Some of these you've already seen because I was kind of alluding to it. So I already showed you how I used Google Sites, and I said that it's got Canva all over it. So you know that I use the Google Classroom header for the top. I use the buttons for all of the buttons that you see off to the side. I'm going to go back to the website just so that you get an idea. So each one of these, I literally went to the template that said button. And after I made one, then I just kept adding a page and adding a page, and then I would customize it. And if I found an animated GIF that would make sense, that would go with that button, then I added that in there as well. And a lot of the teachers have commented that they really like that layout. It's very much user-friendly.
It's very clean too. That's another thing I like about Canva. It allows you to, to really up your game and make really clean, like aesthetically beautiful designs that are also functional.
Yes. And again, I also have a hub for my teachers with Google Classroom, so you can see how I integrated the buttons in there as well. Now, something that I've done, and I don't know if this is a tip that can help anybody, but I actually have a folder inside of Canva under my projects that will say all of my buttons. So I literally have like all of my buttons in one file. Because I knew that it would be like pinging around to different places. And so I just started to realize, ooh, I'm making another button. You know what? I'm just going to add a page and then I'll customize that one. This one has been pretty recent. I spent a lot of time. Once I got used to the whole button concept, then I really had fun with it. I am launching EduProtocols this year in our district. And I wanted them to do a road trip. So I'm going to give you kind of 2 examples with this. The first one is in Google Docs, because as Amanda said, you can go into Canva, and when you go into the download option, I can download it as a PNG if I want it to just be a clear image. But once I realized, I was like, ooh, well, I'm going to make it a GIF, then I can go in there, and not only am I making an image, but if it was going to make sense to add in a element to turn it into a GIF, then I added it in there. But I wanted to repurpose these stickers in multiple ways. So on here, you see that I have it inside of a Google Doc, and these literally just link below to give teachers an overview of the EduProtocols. But then I took it a step further, and then once I made those stickers, then I incorporated them inside of Google Slides, because again, as she said, you can download it in different fashions. So this is going to give you that link that you guys would click on, this is going to take you out to like the giant PD that I made for a district that goes with our EduProtocol rollout. And it's literally a road trip. So really I had an intent. When I go in to make a sticker, I always think about what is the purpose? What am I going to use the sticker or the button for? And with this in my mind, I knew we were going to do a road trip. And I wanted it to be that as the teachers were using the protocols, that they could slide over their stickers so that they could interact with it. And so it was a great way for me to mesh both Google and Canva together incredibly.
So Google was, when I first started using Canva, I would create everything in Canva, download it, and then put it into Google. Because my school used Google Classroom and I used Google Slides. It was easy to collect work like that and student notebooks. And like this past year and a half, with the education dashboard in Canva, I've shifted everything over to Canva. I just use Canva, but Canva plays well with all LMSs, especially Google.
Yeah.
You can post, like if you create an assignment, you can link your LMS and you can post from Canva the template directly to Google Classroom. So
yes, which is nice. And really, you kind of talked about the segue, which is kind of where I'm living right now, because I love both. And that's what's so hard. And I think that's what's hard for teachers too, especially when it comes to the presentation option inside of Canva. So kind of as Amanda was alluding to, like how you said that you would, export it or put it into slides. I'm living in this world of, okay, well, I made this really cool thing. And I think a lot of teachers are kind of in this scenario. I've made this really cool item, but I know that I want kids to use it or I want someone else to use it, but they're not as Canva savvy. But I want to get them there. So right now what I'm doing is, I actually do take that picture and I do put it into Google Slides. So on here, I've got a link to it inside of here, but I made the entire sketch and tell. I made the template inside of Canva, but then what I did, so this is the reason why I'm trying to show this, not that I'm saying don't use Canva, but I'm saying that if you are in between the platforms right now and you feel like, well, I can't use Canva because I don't know how to make it work with Google Slides, I'm here to tell you that you can make it work. And I'm going to give you a tip that I think is going to really help you. Because basically what I did was, as I put the images in, I didn't put in any of the text boxes. So then once I got everything in, think of it as, I added it all into that theme builder. And then once I added it in there, then I could layer over the top of it. Because I do feel like that I get teachers that will say, oh, I'd love to do this, but my kids need it in slides. So how am I going to make the two gel well together?
So if you're not a Canvas school and students don't have access to it, this is where I lived for like 2 years.
Okay.
2 years I lived where I was making things in Canva and putting it in Google. And Canva's LMS, the way students turn in work isn't quite as robust as Google.
Right.
So, and I love the folders, so it's easy to just click on each student's folder. So
yes,
you don't have to choose. You can do both.
Yes. And that's what I tell people all the time. It's not like, it's not like that I'm trying to say do one or the other. You can definitely use both. So I've got a couple of examples showing you the same thing where I took a template that I made inside of Canva, and then I put it into Google Slides so that it would be easier for our teachers to use. In Indiana, we have virtual learning days. We have both asynchronous days and synchronous days. So this year, at the beginning of the year, we had a professional development day for our teachers. So hence, because our teachers were getting professional development that day, we had an asynchronous day. So it was easier for me to go ahead and make that template because we wanted that consistency throughout our K through 3 So I go in and I start out with a template, but then teachers go in and they customize it. But now, thanks to Canva, the experience is much easier for our guardians to navigate. It's not like everybody's using a different template. So I always say that there's a lot of good value in using a template. And again, all the links are on here. But
if you're just getting started with Canva, we've got a giveaway today. The secret password for today is Nadine. It's your name because you're awesome.
Nice.
So fill out our Google form. I'm about to drop the link. Just fill that in, and next week we'll announce the winners. The winner gets a copy of the Canva Classroom to jumpstart all the things you can do with Canva.
Nice. So I have just a couple other examples of how I used it in Google Slides. This year, I'm working with Amanda Sandoval out of California on an intent to blend program, and it was so much easier to use that format. But here might be a tip that you might not know. This is kind of my secret sauce whenever I want to put something from Canva into Google Slides. At first, whenever I downloaded it as a PNG, I got not happy because it was still kind of gritty. And I was like, I really wish that I like it to look very crisp and clear. So I experimented one day and I learned that if I save the presentation image as an SVG file, so if I go in and I save it as that, once I open the SVG file and take a screenshot and then paste that into Google Slides, it looks crisp, 100% crisp. So I've had a lot of people ask me, how is that possible? So I wanted to make sure that I passed along my little secret sauce.
I was noticing that. I was like, man, these slides look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
When I was using Canva and Google, they didn't look that great. So
no,
they looked amazing still, but this, it's just,
crisp. It's just crisp.
That's
Those of us that love graphic design, we're like, no, it has to be absolutely on point. It's going to drive us nuts if it's not. So I've got a few other examples. So there's the video option inside of Canva. And with the video option, again, I can take any video that I've created and I can actually put it into Google Slides. I can save it as an animated GIF. So then it's easier for me to add it. And it's just that, that really nice professional look that is really key to that. Another example with that is that, for a while I've been sending out tech tips, and you can see an example of my tech tips. I'll point that out here. So what I did was I actually saved that first slide as a GIF and added it into Google Slides. But I wanted our teachers to know some different options of things going on. I wanted them to know that I was going to be starting up a TikTok to share out tech tips, but Canva was the perfect platform for me to create anything graphically like that. So I wanted to make sure that our teachers knew all of those. So I'm hoping that today I'm giving you some insight on, yes, you can use both. I'll wrap up my time by telling you that I absolutely love Google. Everybody knows I love Google. Train on it all the time. But I got to tell you that Canva has some sweet design options that really nobody can touch. As Amanda alluded to, I led a conference over the summer called the Spark Summit. I will tell you 100% of everything I did to plan for this conference, I did it all on Canva. From the t-shirts, you see my friend Dahlia Cirilla sporting one of the t-shirts. We designed the t-shirt on Canva. Literally the name tags, the welcome video. Everyone got stickers. I designed that in Canva. All of the imagery, every banner, poster, everything was all done in Canva. And everyone that kept coming up to me kept saying, I feel like I'm at this super professional conference. And I know that if I wouldn't have used Canva, then that would not have been the case. So
it was impressive. It was very impressive. Like when you go to a conference and it's at a school, you don't expect the level of I guess, perfection that you delivered in this conference. Like it was absolutely amazing, down to hallways being lined with sponsors, and the graphics, and just all the design aspects were flawless. So
thank you. And we're going to do it again next summer. So stay tuned because we're going to be having it again.
Fun.
There.
Go ahead.
There's been some new feature releases too. If you're not totally new, it came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but Canva has a video, in addition to their photo background remover, they have a video background remover now. And like if you are a Canva school and your teachers have it, it's gotten a lot easier to share designs with each other, because you can have a folder shared between all of your teachers. If you're doing newsletters or working on just cross collaboration on curriculum, you can share stuff, and it's super easy, just like Google and Google Slides. There's that real-time collaboration. There's the comments in the doc. You can tag people and give them action items. So you don't have to pick. You can do both.
Yes. About the background remover for video, the part that I like is you don't even have to have a green screen.
Yes.
So that is also very handy.
Yes, it has come in so handy already. That's why I just get excited every time they come up with a new feature again.
Yes. And just every single time I think of something, like right now you can't share folders with people outside of Canva. You can only share it within your team. I keep asking. I'm like, please, it's gonna come. Watch it drop. Like, because I mentioned it, like it's just
next month it'll be out.
It's gonna happen.
It'll be out. So they're really responsive to educators. If there's a feature, if you're frustrated with something and you want to see something in the platform, they make it happen. So
yes.
There's the Canva Classroom Facebook group. If you haven't joined it, please join it. It's our group. And there's also the Canva Teachers community, which has a bunch of active educators with a ton of resources being shared. So please join one of the groups. I'd love to hear more about what your experiences with Canva and support you in your Canva journey. So Nadine, I got to ask, what are your Halloween plans? We're in October. It's my favorite holiday. We're gonna end with Halloween.
I mean, our Halloween plans, I've got 4 kids, so they're going to be kind of all over the place. I get more excited about what my kids are going to be, and I love Stranger Things. So I'm excited that one of my kids is going to be Max. And she was just playing around with the costume a few days ago. I finally have convinced my son to be Dustin. So we're working on that. And then my other daughter may either be pumpkin spice or she may be an inflatable chicken. So we'll see.
I like the inflatable chicken idea.
Yes.
On the Stranger Things note, I'm really into Stranger Things. I presented on Stranger Things a ton, and I have created all of the Bitmoji characters from Stranger Things for you. And let me see. I'm gonna share my screen. Find my window, find my tab. So this Stranger Things, I'm gonna share that template link with you, but you can go in, you can duplicate this.
Ooh, I love that.
The Stranger Things Bitmoji Classroom. I've given you all the characters. And just you can use the Stranger Things font generator to change the text on the board. So I had 7th grade students. This was my open house, my virtual open house. So I have a little video here where I do the really nerdy.
Oh, I love it.
Green screen. Yeah. Off is a stranger year. I'm so excited for the epic journey. But you can check that out. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing.
You're going to give the link to that, right?
I'm popping the link in right now. So you do not have to recreate the Stranger Wheel. You have Stranger Pedagogy in your comments right now. So, sweet. All right. So thank you for joining us. And I loved everything that you're doing with Google. Again, if you are new to Canva, start using it with Google Classroom. Start with the LMS that your class or your school has adopted, and let that be the gateway to awesome. We are going to wrap up the show. I want to thank you guys for joining us. And again, the secret word for today's show is Nadine. And there is a Canva book that is ready to go into someone's hands out there. So fill out that form. Nadine's the secret word. And we'll see you next week. We have Tanya Gonzalez from Texas who's coming on. And we got some more Halloween shenanigans for you. There will be tricks, but there will also be Canva treats.
Courses by TeacherGoals. Register now for the Canva Classroom.